let's just go into the rest of the NFL games then. We had a lot of new and young quarterbacks playing this Sunday, just between all the injuries and stuff like that, and benchings, and it was a really interesting week 3. Like with our picks didn't go so well.
Whose picks ain't go so well?
My picks went great. Not gonna hold y'all.
I'm in first place. So
anyway,
my picks is doing really well.
Yeah, my picks actually is going pretty damn good too. But
oh, this is funny. You didn't have the same energy last week, Miles.
Yeah, because everybody who was supposed to win won. That's why.
The peasantry, the sheer peasantry.
But keep that same energy.
But as John was saying, it was a very interesting week 3. Started off with a very interesting Thursday night game, if I do say so myself. I mean, Jalen Ramsey kind of dominated the headlines by demanding a trade and still played in the game.
I fuck with that though. He's about his team. He fucks with his team, which is
dope. I don't know if you guys saw, but he called out sick from practice today. So he's probably already gone at that point. But yeah, I mean, the legend of Gardner Minshew is growing. Uncle Rico. I mean, I stand.
Me too.
Just based off. Did you see him in his jorts?
No, I did not.
Oh, he went to the Washington State game on Saturday and was wearing jorts. Oh my gosh, this guy's a legend.
It's like Gardner.
He's just like I don't even know how to. He's like one of those cult heroes you root for.
Yep.
Bleacher Report did the perfect edit for him, and it was the dude from Dodgeball.
Oh yeah, Ben
Stiller's character. The cool
Ben Stiller's character. Yep. yeah, the global gym dude. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh man, but no, I like him, and I think he's a solid replacement until Nick Foles gets back. I mean, honestly, depending on how well he does over the next few weeks, I mean,
he's got touch, man.
He does, and I'm not saying that he's got the starting job over Foles when Foles gets back, but I mean, this honestly is just a really good. If anything, it's just a really good audition. I mean, because there's going to be quite a few teams that are going to need quarterbacks next year.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Maybe somebody throws the bag at Gardner Minshew. Oh boy! But then we get to Sunday's games, and man, oh man, since my team is abysmal, let's focus on all the other teams that are in the NFL.
Denny Dubs.
All right, settle down there, sport. We'll get there.
Denny Dubs.
Let's kind of work backwards, right? Starting with the Sunday night game. I think we all kind of said it last week that the Browns needed to play somebody legit to see if they were like actually a good team, because we know they handled the Jets on Monday night, but I mean the Jets bereft of injuries, it wasn't really that much a game. But we kind of saw it, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed 3 weeks into this season, pretty disappointed with how Baker Mayfield's playing. Freddie Kitchens' offense looks broken. It's just
not Freddie Kitchens more than it is Baker Mayfield, though.
But I don't know, because Freddie Kitchens' offense looked pretty good last year when he was the the quarterback's coach. No, I can't say it was his offense, but he was the quarterback's coach last year, and Baker looked pretty good. Now he's the head coach, and things just aren't going well. I mean, that the goal line, they're on their last possession, 4 straight plays, and you don't give it to Odell once, not even look his way. I mean,
I saw something that was like the last target Odell had was like 10 minutes left in the fourth.
I think so.
Yeah, I saw something like that.
He was ghost the second half. I know he did a little something in the half, but second half, it I don't know why they just stopped going to him. And on that last,
I feel like that's on Baker though. Like you got to know, like that's, and I agree with you. Like he's disappointing these past couple weeks. I feel like he's trying to put too much on himself, and I feel like because he has all these, like obviously there's expectations going number 1 last year, but I feel like last year was more of a chip because he had so many people saying he shouldn't go number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he had that chip, and he's like, I'm out to prove it. He balled out last year. If he started all season, he may have won, offensive rookie of the year. And it's like now I feel like he's just trying to put too much on his plate. He just got to go back to playing football. Got to go back to being Baker Mayfield, but he hasn't. Like I like Baker a lot, Baker fan. He has not looked good, and it's a little it's worrying me, but
It's frustrating.
they're mad. Like again, they're mad young, and they just have too much talent. Like I still feel like they're gonna piece it together.
Yeah, but it also takes the right coach to put all of that together.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah, and if it's not Freddie Kitchens, then I don't know. Maybe the dude that was actually winning them games and kind of had Baker doing his thing last year, maybe that was the person that should have been the head coach. But, that's a different conversation. I think the Browns will get it together. They're going to be one of those teams that win games and they lose games. But, this was a test for them this week. And even though the Rams didn't look that great, if we're being completely honest, the defense looked great, but the offense isn't what it was, especially because Todd Gurley's not.
Yeah, without their running game, it's
they don't feed Todd Gurley as much as anymore. But that's obviously due to his previous injury. They don't want to overload him, but that obviously means that the passing game isn't going to be opened up as much. So
they got to invest in a second back.
Well, they had one. They had C.J. Anderson, and they cut him.
No, I mean like an Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, like where you got two that could possibly be one backs. Like they got to invest, because as good as Todd Gurley is, his body can't take the workload like that.
Yeah, I mean, but what's crazy is that they could still get away with winning against the majority of the league with just having a spotty offense, and that defense is going to win them games. Like there's going to be games where the offense doesn't show up to play, but the defense only gives up maybe like 10 points, and they eke out a 14-10, 21-10 victory.
Yeah, there's a couple like teams that have pretty good records through these 3 weeks that are bad. Like a couple no loss.
Any ones in particular?
Well, let's talk about San Francisco for one. They're not really.
Yeah.
They haven't really shown me much
The
outside
Lions
of.
technically don't have a loss.
I think the Lions are actually going to be pretty good though, but I'll say why in a second.
Okay.
And even outside of them, well, they're undefeated, quote unquote.
Hey, how about the nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
3-0. Yeah, I mean, who would have thought going into week
early
4?
2000 Ravens wave right now?
Who would have thought going into week 4 it'd be the undefeated Patriots taking on the undefeated Buffalo Bills? Like, but I mean, their defense is legit though. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's legit.
That's what I'm saying. It's like those early Ravens.
And you said, and JT, you definitely did call this earlier on in the season, but I just think that when it comes to Buffalo, like they also have had a very, very easy schedule. Like today,
yeah. They played both New York teams and the worst team in the AFC North.
Yeah, but see, it's an interesting parallel in that same breath. Say the Cowboys, and everybody's riding the Cowboy train. But the Cowboys haven't played anybody. They played the Giants, they played the Dolphins, and they played the Redskins. And the Redskins might honestly be almost as bad as the Dolphins. To be honest, I don't think the Dolphins are as bad as we think, because the Redskins are right there. Redskins can't do anything. I don't know why they don't just. I mean, maybe this Monday night game is the straw that breaks the camel's back, but I think they need to put same thing with the Giants. They need to put Haskins in. Yeah.
Really, JT? This is how you feel now about putting in rookie quarterbacks?
Time out. But I would rather. But I mean, come on. If you had a toss up, I'd rather you give me Eli than Case Keenum. Like
cold Case Keenum.
I thought Haskins was going to win the starting job in the preseason, but it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Wow, it's just so crazy how you feel different now. But Justin, I definitely agree.
Different about what?
You feel different about
I was never
coming in.
Oh wow, this is crazy. This is wild. I never said he shouldn't come in. I just said give Eli till
until he plays the Patriots in Foxborough. But yes, continue, Justin. Continue, Justin.
So now, see, it's crazy. So now nobody has to face the Patriots in Foxborough. Nobody has to face the Patriots in Foxborough.
Not if you don't have to.
Dog, Mark Sanchez faced the Patriots in Foxborough his rookie year. Geno Smith, rookie year.
You know what they both have
Sam
in common?
Darnold, rookie years. So you have to play the Patriots.
You know who you're referring to right now? Jets quarterbacks who are in the AFC East. Sorry,
but it's the same. Every rookie quarterback at some point is going to have to go into New England. Well, not every rookie quarterback. Sorry, not every rookie quarterback. But at some point, a rookie quarterback is going to have to go into New England.
You're right. But you want to at least have them get some games under their belt before they do it.
You can't prepare for New England, for the Patriots in New England. It's just nothing prepares you for that.
It's a different experience, but would you rather be like, okay, this is the first time I'm ever in the NFL, or okay, I played a couple games, so that way you could actually calm yourself down and be like, I've done this already.
So if I play the Buccaneers and the next week I got to play the Patriots, is that a really great,
No, but
now I'm prepared.
Confidence coming into that game.
If you don't have self-confidence going into a game, then why are you playing it to begin with?
But the Patriots are different, right?
The Patriots are always different. It doesn't matter if you're a rookie or a 17-year
pro. The Patriots are different. Wouldn't you want to have something going into that game? Have some momentum going into that game?
So momentum, if you lost, would you have momentum going into that game? If the Giants lose the week before they play the Patriots, will they have momentum? No. It is what it is. The NFL is the NFL.
More experience.
The Patriots are the Patriots.
Before you go to Foxborough.
I mean, Foxborough, they just build different up there. I mean, you can beat the Patriots at home. It's really hard to beat the Patriots on the road. But moving on to the slate of Sunday games, how about the matchup I actually was interested in kind of the most outside of my team, that Ravens and Chiefs game. I mean, that was that was a nice preview of the AFC divisional round.
Yeah. Before we get into it, do we want to talk about other teams? Because I got a lot to say.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is your team. All right. Keep going around the league.
A couple things. Packers defense looks legit.
Yeah, they might be nice.
The offense is starting to come to form too.
Yeah, if their running game gets like settled, it's gonna be scary, man. They're really putting it together, and that's it. The more reps they get that coach, like it's look out.
Adam LaFleur still figuring it out.
Yeah, and they have time, and the defense is giving him time to figure it out.
Yeah, that's a fact. Defense is definitely.
Packers, especially after the Seahawks disappointed me too.
But the Seahawks, I mean, I think the Saints, they might just be built for the postseason. Based off of this, how that roster is, for Teddy Bridgewater to just come in and, well, he also had a week of preparation. I think that's really all he needed.
I mean, he managed the game. That's all you really ask.
Literally, he completed 19 passes while only throwing for 177.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. Alvin Kamara did his thing too.
He did. Anything else that I really cared about?
Kyle Allen.
Panthers. Yes, Kyle Allen. Wow. Yeah, see the meme about, remember that old old commercial,
the old Cam commercial. That was his MVP year. I never forget that joint. They're saying that the little kid was at Kyle Allen growing up.
I'm crying.
But you just got to keep it in perspective. Sometimes 1 year wonders happen, 1 game wonders happen. Like, I'm not saying that. I don't know if y'all remember this, but from a while ago, Matt Flynn, that was on the Packers and replaced Aaron Rodgers that 1 game because they were already clinched the playoffs. Threw 6 touchdowns, got a $20 million contract the next year, and got cut.
I can't even tell you who Matt Flynn is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that. He got that was to the Seahawks, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yep, I remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Matt Flynn. Everybody can have a good game, but it doesn't mean you're gonna have a good career. I think Cam is hurt, but for right now, I think his spot is in jeopardy just because, they won a game with this dude. So, they're going to make him the superhero.
Mm-hmm. And they haven't been playing well.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't think his spot's in jeopardy from this kid, depending on what he does for the time that Cam's hurt. But to Miles' point, I will say Cam's spot is in jeopardy for the future because you don't know how banged up. Cam could really be really banged up. And I mean, he got 2 really good quarterbacks coming out this year in Trevor Lawrence and Tua. So, I mean, you never know. Maybe they draft a quarterback this year if their season tanks.
Cam for a high ass pick.
Yeah, or just have the heir apparent to Cam.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. That's about it. Falcons. Are you guys holding the Falcons yet?
No.
They done?
Nah, they're another team that's gonna win games and they're gonna lose games. It's just it's any given Sunday with them.
Yeah, them. Vikings, man. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I still don't.
Yeah,
I think he's talented. I still don't believe in Kirk Cousins, but I feel like it might be some Joe Flacco, Eli shit if you get him to the playoffs with the way that run game is. Running's big in playoff football.
Mm-hmm.
He might just get a couple. Make a little something out of nothing. It might push him over the edge out there. So might want to keep an eye on them. Also, we gotta for my boy Jake. We'll take it a little easy, but we do gotta make the Eagles just because they're who they have play, and that game was winnable, and now they.
I've been seeing a lot of Carson Wentz slander on the timeline, and like I have no dog in the fight at all. I like Carson. I'm not a Carson fan, but I like Carson. But I mean, he needs help. It's not like I think like he's gotten a bad rep, especially this season because of the amount of drops. I mean, they have like these stats where it's like he's 25th in completion percentage and like 25th in yards per throw, and it's like, all right, well he's making the throws. Like the last throw of the game on that fourth down, there's no way that guy should have his wide receiver should have dropped it. Nelson Aguilar had 2 big drops and a fumble. Like his guys aren't helping him out, and his offensive line. I don't know if you guys saw the video where his offensive line just stopped playing football, and he was just literally going 1-on-3 with defensive linemen. Like
I didn't see that video, but also apparently I didn't realize he lost 2. Like Jason Peters was out, and another lineman was out in the first half yesterday.
Like he needs help.
For as much multi-touchdown games that wide receivers had this week, you would think that if Nelson Aguilar had made a few more catches, he would probably have debatably 3 touchdowns with over 100 yards. But with the drops, he still had 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he made some plays. So I'm not going to take all the Aguilar slander. But in the scheme of the game, when you lose by 3 points, you got to break down every play. And they also had a special teams breakdown when Detroit ran that in. And Marvin Jones on Detroit, he made a couple of clutch completions as well. So as much as this game was winnable for the Eagles, I think that Detroit just played better, point blank period. And that's why I picked them last week. But yeah,
I don't believe in that, Stafford.
I mean, they play the Chiefs next week, so that's
So we're gonna find out.
I mean, but then again, it's the Chiefs, so
but still, like when it's just like the Tyson Fury fight where it's like I'm not really expecting you to win, but if you put up a good fight, people are going to start looking at you different.
Right.
So I feel like that's just going to happen. Anyone else do I care to talk about?
Yes. Real quick. Jacoby Brissett has impressed me very, very much this year.
I agree, Justin.
Like I had my
tools
doubts
at the beginning of the season. We did say he had the tools.
But I did have a little bit of doubt because
the Patriots are system.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because Ty is out this week. He's probably gonna be out this week because he left the game with like a quad injury or something like that. So he's gonna be out, but he still got Marlon Mack obviously, but I don't even know who that is.
They're a legit 8-9 win team this year. I could definitely see him going 8-8, 9-7. Still being alive in the wild card. During week 16 and 17. So I mean, hey, maybe it's not all doom and gloom now that Andrew is gone.
I feel like we all agree too. It's definitely not all. It was going to see what Jacoby's really made of, but I feel like at least for the 3 of us, we were like, he's talented enough that you still have a good shot. So he's signed, so we'll really see what's going to happen with them. And you did touch on it. Take the Cowboys record with a grain of salt. They're playing a real bad team.
They play a real team this week.
And again, like that's not saying that they're bad, but just don't give them the NFC because of how they're doing.
They play the Saints next week, so I think we could really break it down after
And even still, it's the Saints without Drew Brees.
Yeah, but they just beat the Seahawks in Seattle.
Which is true.
All right, but now I think that we covered at least most of the rest of NFL. Like, there's not really anything else to talk about because the Patriots beat the Jets. We knew that was happening.
Yeah,
but
nothing else really. Then we can go into that.
But they covered.
They covered.
Oh,